Okay, everybody, it is me not wearing a shirt and tie. I'll tell you why in a moment. Post-market wrap-up on this Tuesday, February 23rd, 2021. I had done a whole beautiful, lovely video for you wearing my usual shirt and tie that I wore this morning, but YouTube won't let me load it up. They won't process the video. Must have been too much truth in there. I guess I should be careful with this one. People, I want to talk about a bunch of things with you. I want to put a few things together for you, and this is going to be a good one. We heard from the Fed today, Fed Chair Powell, all the stuff that came out of his mouth, the lies, the misinformation, the distractions, and I mean literally, and we'll cover all that. But let me start off with the markets. What a turnaround. Okay, this market today opened lower. Pretty deeply in the red. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was down about 360 points at the low. Well, wouldn't you guess, we got a miraculous turnaround. Dow went positive, triple digits. We did finish in the positive, not by much. Okay, but what else would you expect in a market which is promised more debt? Whenever the market hears more debt, it just gets all giddy. It loves it. Understand what's happening. We are in a full-blown debt crisis right now. I mean, it's a full-blown crisis of the debt, which is preceding a full-blown crisis of the currency by design. We're going to talk more about that too. So quite a turnaround today after Powell opened up his pie hole. Promising more debt, more money. They're going to buy it all. We got that part. All right, let's cover a few other things. 10-year yield did come down slightly. 1.359. Dollar slightly stronger. This isn't great for the market, henceforth why we couldn't hold the gains today. Did make a miraculous turnaround, though. Okay, so that's where we stand there. Crude oil, of course, getting a bit higher. Imagine my surprise. Silver falling about 1.3%. Gold falling about 0.19%. Cryptocurrencies under pressure. Tons of people writing to me about this. A lot of people bought it higher. They're very angry. They're angry. They're nervous, whatever they might be. Look, I told all of you to expect something like this to occur. Even in my newsletter when Bitcoin was 58,000, I said, look, guys, I'm not going to tell you what to do here. Maybe not a bad idea to, pull some profit. Some of you listened, some of you didn't. That's okay. Now we're in what's called a consolidation period, in my view. Markets run through cycles. Businesses run through cycles. Economies run through cycles. You have to understand the cycles of everything. And I outline this in my book, A Not So Random Walk on Wall Street, which is available to you right from my website, traderschoice.net. There is a link in the description of this video. You have to understand these things if you want to get involved in any assets, cryptocurrencies, gold, silver, the stock market, whatever. You got to understand cycles, okay? Okay. So with that said, I want to talk about what happened today. It's pretty interesting stuff, honestly. All right, so here we go. Look, the fact of the matter is, everything that you could imagine around us is inflating. You got a stock market which seems unstoppable, at least at this particular time. And it's all being inflated on the back of a debt crisis, and the Federal Reserve keeps creating more debt. So here we go. December home sales rose 10.4%, the biggest gain in 7 years. It's a bubble. Housing is a bubble. Stock market is a bubble. Now here they go on to talk about the gravest threat. Here, the UN Security Council to discuss the gravest threat to global peace and stability. They're referring to the climate crisis we apparently are in. Everything's a crisis. But the real threat is the debt bubble. The debt bubble is a clear and present and immediate danger. Once the debt bubble bursts, and it will, it's going to unleash pandemonium on the streets around the world. This is going to lead to a full-blown currency crisis, a resource problem. I can't even tell you what's coming out of the debt bubble bursting. Again, we're borrowing from the future in greater and greater amounts just to sustain where we are. When that stops, when that mechanism stops, you can only imagine the horror that is going to be unleashed around the world. Just be prepared for that. Let us move forward here. So Fed Chair Powell today talking before the Senate Finance Committee. Thank you, Mr. Powell, for your service. We're so grateful to have you. You can't make this stuff up. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. Now let's talk about this. So Fed Chair Powell says that inflation is soft. He's always making kind of references to, his tool and soft, stuff like that. That's just the way his mind works, okay? So Powell says inflation is still soft, and the Fed is committed to its current policy stance, which is to buy it all. Can't make that up. And I said, I expected he will say and repeat several times that his tool is soft. That's not my problem. That's his problem over there. All right, let us move forward here. Here's me. Just watch and try not to throw up as members of Congress kiss Yostein's dirty, stinking rear end, thanking him over and over again for his service. Happens every single time. And it was no different today. Now, Fed Chair Powell does not want you to worry about debts and deficits. I've been explaining to you since time immemorial that debts and deficits were going to balloon because the Fed's buying it all. They have to create the debt and buy it all. So debts and deficits are ballooning because the Federal Reserve is taking over the world. They're literally buying everything, and very few people even understand it. I know you do if you follow this blog, but this is a takeover on a global scale. The Federal Reserve is buying it all, but here, Fed Chair Powell, now is not the time to worry about ballooning debts and deficits. No, it's not the time. Look here. Don't look here. It's all distractions. He goes on to say, it's a long way to a full recovery. What he will not tell you is this economy has not even bottomed out. We're not even close. And here we go. Here he is again. These are all quotes. Federal Reserve, asset purchases will continue until substantial further progress comes. Lovely. So basically he's saying the Fed is going to continue buying assets at an epic pace. Debts and deficits will continue to balloon. Understand that? There's no way to buy out of this. It's just not happening in this reality. I hope you kind of understand that. Anyway, my computer's freezing up on me. I'm having a bad time with this computer today. Lovely. Just lovely. Let's move forward. Okay. Now he talks about, again, he's going back to his tools. Fiscal tools are needed to address specific groups. If you ask me, he's screwing everybody. Absolutely. Let us move forward here. He's looking very carefully at whether to issue a digital dollar. Understand, the Federal Reserve is going to issue a digital dollar. Right now, there's only about $2 trillion worth of actual dollars on the planet. The rest of it, all the dollar derivatives and the quadrillions, it doesn't exist. It's not on the elemental chart. So with that said, what they're going to do here is we're in a full-blown debt crisis. They're going to allow a full-blown currency crisis to occur. The currency crisis is going to allow them to issue in their digital dollar. Again, massive problem will be the currency crisis. Reaction will be epic. Solution, digital dollar. They want to track every transaction down to the penny. And that's really what this is all about. It's about control. Here's another lovely little tidbit you're going to love. U.S. bank profits fell 36.5% in 2020. Meanwhile, you got the big Wall Street banks, their stock, basically at record high. How does that work? Maybe you want to clue me into that one. Oh, by the way, on Monday, I'm going to be on the Alex Jones Show live, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. A lot of you enjoyed the show last time. I hope you like it again this time. And be careful for scammers, okay, on my video blog, this blog you're watching, putting, links using my name, okay, looks like me, and everything. They're trying to pretend to be me. They're scamming people, and some are falling for it. It really bothers me. It really, really does. Don't fall for the scams, okay? Anyway, let me get out of this. I think you understand what's happening. I think you understand what's going on. The only question is, number one, what are you going to do about it? If you understand the system, how twisted it is, how sick and perverted it is, you need to be taking action. Understanding that we are in a full-blown debt crisis and soon to be, relatively soon to be, a full-blown currency crisis. You need to be, again, out of the dollar, bidding against the debt, become your own central bank. All the things I've been telling you for the longest time. Prepare for what's coming and talk about it. Raise not just your own awareness. Again, I always say we're responsible for each other. Raise the awareness of as many people as you possibly can. If we can get through to just a handful of people a day, by you sharing this video, like say, for example, we've done our job. We've done our job. We're all in this together, seriously. And I count on you very much to help get this stuff out there. All right. With that said, people, that's it. This guy here loves you a lot. I will see all of you in the morning, and it's going to be probably just as lovely as this one was. See you then.